Joining the studio now, of course, the Dean of Water, Mr. Riggs Eckelberry. He's also the CEO of OriginClear, OCLN is their stock symbol. Always great to see you, Riggs.
It's a great pleasure. Last show before 4th of July.
I know. Can you, the year is just zooming.
It is.
Because it was just Valentine's Day a couple of weeks ago. I just remember that specifically.
Because you brought flowers.
Exactly. Every time you come on the program, it's always so exciting. There's always new information. So I'm just going to say, take the floor. What do you got?
Well, you're talking about the year racing by, and this morning I put out a CEO update, which your listeners really need to subscribe. Bottom of the OriginClear homepage is a place to put in your email address, and you'll get a newsletter from me that actually, if you reply to, it goes to me in my inbox.
Oh, wow.
Even though it goes to 12,000 people. So I like that because I could, get the pulse. But more importantly is we've arrived to the middle of the year, and we've learned something about our modular business.
Right.
What's emerged is a class of product that we didn't expect, which is called pump stations, also called lifting stations. And these are the bread and butter of water conveyance. You have the pipes, and then as you change, you go up, go down, you change levels.
Right.
You have to pump the water up, and those are called pump stations. These are the weak spots in any water system because pipes don't generally break.
They don't.
But the junctions are where the leakage can occur. And you know that the global average non-revenue water is 35%. More than a third of all water is lost to people. In fact, they estimate that by just reducing that by a half would give 100 million people more water.
Incredible.
Crazy. Okay, so lift stations or pump stations are important, but we also have a very strong advantage there. Why? Number one, we have the cylindrical reinforced thermoplastic design, which put it on its head, you've got a well, right? Number two, we've got a price advantage, up to 5 to 35% depending on the scale. And number three, it's prepackaged, so it's delivered very fast. And in fact, there's a photo there of one of those pump stations dwarfing a human being. They're really, really deep. So we have an advantage. Now, as you recall, we recruited a bunch more manufacturers reps throughout the country this year.
It was something like 75 or something like that?
Yeah, well, we have 70 reps on the phone. And they're paid only when they get a sale, right?
Ah, nice.
They've been sending us pump station deals, so much so that every opportunity we've gotten this year so far, new opportunity, has been in pump stations. We noticed that. Now, for the rest of the year, we got a bunch of the wastewater treatment plants, which are much more complex, can be much more expensive, but frankly, the easy sale is the pump station.
Okay.
So why not take it, right?
Well, you're going on the path of least resistance.
If the needle moves, go with it, right? Ooh, that worked, right? So we saw the needle move, and so Tom Marchicello, our COO, is just bearing down hard, getting a lot of attention put on getting more of this. There's literally hundreds of thousands of pump stations in the U.S. that need to be replaced today, right now.
Well, it makes perfect sense because you've mentioned previously on this program that the water industry is, I don't want to use the word antiquated, but it's old, and the habits are old, and you're finding a way to break through the clutter, so to speak, and get your product in the right hands.
Yeah, and it's a simple advantage. People get it. Oh, it lasts 100 years, it's cheaper, and you can deliver it faster. Okay, whereas there's no catch. It is what it is. So simple advantage, and we're jumping all over it. And by the time your viewers see this show, I'll have done my CEO briefing, the Thursday afternoon briefing. They should go to our site, look up the CEO briefing, and listen to it. I'll be talking more about it.
Are there, once you get a system delivered, are there much infrastructure changes that have to take place in order to get your system implemented into it?
Right. Now there are, the modern lifting station or pump station has remote monitoring is one of the key things so that you can make sure that it's doing its job. Sometimes they're all submerged, sometimes they're dry wells, but they're an important function. So typically there is network monitoring, and that's a big piece of it.
Once again, OriginClear, OCLN is a stock symbol. Be sure to sign up for his CEO briefing. It's a great way to learn more about this company. Briggs, always a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.